All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do today. I'm just going to record everything for my Zoomers, so you're going to get this 10 minutes late, but this won't take you all period anyway, okay? So we are going to look at our project planning form. A couple people have told me online it's not working, so I'm going to have to fix that too. So my in-class people, phones down, eyes up on the projector for me. So this is what our planning guide looks like for every project, okay? All the projects are listed here for you. And then these are our building styles that we've studied, okay? We've had two different assignments over, what does in the round mean versus relief, what is mixed media, digital, subtractive, additive, okay? So for each project, you get to go through and kind of decide, do I want to make a project out of wire that looks like it's coming off of a board, okay? Or do I want it to be a standalone project that we can see from all directions, all right? Then you have to decide on a theme, and I'm going to go through all of these themes for you, okay? So we have 6 different themes, and because of doing our schedule hybrid, we are probably only going to get through 4 projects, okay? 5 on a normal year, 6 on a really fast year and everybody's cruising through it, 4 for this year, okay? So that means not all of these themes are going to be used, okay? So let's go through each one of these just so that you have kind of an understanding of what they are, all right? And then we have worksheets that go along with each theme too that really help to get you to develop a unique idea and not a generic idea, okay? So let me pull up that PowerPoint here. I have to remember to share my screen so that the Zoomers can see this. All right, so these are all of our different themes for this semester. Now, some of them lend themselves a little bit easier to the material that we're going to work with, but you can definitely do any theme out of any material, okay? It's definitely a possibility. So why are we creating a theme, or why are we using one, okay? There are really ways to help you explore ideas, all right? Finding a theme helps to give us a little bit more direction when we start to narrow down our subject then, okay? They help kind of connect our ideas to bigger concepts, okay? It's less about just, using the first thing that pops into your head and more about using that thing that pops into your head, but then figuring out where that thought could take you. We try to keep them very, very broad at the beginning, okay? So one theme, for example, is self-reflective. That's a very, very broad theme, but then we're going to help give kind of breakdowns of how you could focus on something that is very special to just you and nobody else, okay? So it helps to kind of narrow down your thoughts, all right? Now, people tend to get stuck on their very first idea. And I'm not saying that that first idea isn't necessarily a good one, but if it's your only one, you have nothing to compare it to, okay? So even having that first idea and seeing how you could branch off of it is already going to give you a more creative and unique concept, okay? I'm going to zoom through this so that I told my at-home people 10 minutes before they jump on. So our themes for this semester are self-reflective, realism, mandala, historical, functional, and abstract, okay? We're only going to do 4 of these. So if there are 2 of them that when I'm going through this, you're like, ew, I don't want to do that, don't do it, okay? You can mark those off. Now, our first one is self-reflective, okay? This is going to speak to who you are as a person, who you are as an individual, right? It goes so much farther than just your likes and dislikes, okay? It can be about your personal culture. It can be about your personality. It could be about social issues that you're very interested in and passionate about, okay? So it's not just, I have a cat. Well, a lot of people have cats, okay? We need to dig a little bit deeper about ourselves. The second one is realism, okay? Realism is a pretty cut and dry. Your goal is to focus on something that is extremely realistic, all right? We're trying to capture the lifelike qualities of that piece. So we're focusing on extremely realistic proportions, textures, details, and things like that, okay? Using, say, something from a game or a cartoon and recreating it wouldn't be counted as realism because it's not from life, okay? So it has to be an object or a thing or something that is from real life that you're recreating. A mandala is focusing on a specific type of balance, and that balance is radial, okay? So when I first was teaching this project, everybody did a mandala, okay? And we focused a lot on Hindu and Buddhist traditions, and we looked a lot at sand art and kind of how those connections work within other cultures too, okay? So a mandala is something that we could create really out of any material, but it's going to stress a radial balanced design. All right, historical is one. This one's going to focus on basically anything in history, okay? It could be events. It doesn't matter how large or small. It could be things from personal history, art history, political history, okay? Anything, you know, maybe that has improved in technology, that could be considered historical. You should learn something from your project and be able to teach something about it through your artwork. All right, this is one of my favorite categories. I love functional art. So functional art is basically anything that could be used to serve a utilitarian purpose, all right, like fashion, ceramics, architecture, automotive design, all right, anything that is designed but then used. And our last one is abstract art, okay? Abstract couldn't be more different than realism, okay? Abstraction really takes away the realistic properties of it, and you're focusing just on the design, all right? There are several degrees of abstraction. Sometimes you look at it and you have no idea what the artist's original idea was, and other times you look at it and it's very recognizable as maybe a person, okay? All right, so those are our 6 themes. So let's go back to that project planning guide now. And you are going to have to pick a theme. You're going to download this file. You're going to go through the wire row right here, and you're going to pick in the round, release, mixed media, digital, subtractive, additive, whatever you want. And then you're going to pick a theme for this project. Okay, that's step 1, is do that. Step 2 then, if we go to the calendar and we click on, oh, my internet is really struggling today. And we click on our calendar invite for today. We have a folder that has all of our theme sheets in it. In Class People, I'm going to give you a packet, all right? Out of Class People, this is where you are going to pick the theme sheet that you want to do. I'm going to open up one of them just as an example here. You're going to fill out that theme sheet. It is for credit. Okay, your points do get factored into your final grade. If you're at home, you are free to answer these questions and do all of your drawings on a separate piece of paper, and then you upload a photo of it to the assignment, okay? Unfortunately, my internet's going so slow that I can't get anything to load. So if you go back to that calendar, when you finish your theme sheet, make sure that you submit it to the calendar for today, okay? I'm going to hit stop share so that you folks can start on this and I can upload everything.